Hello, this is a video on how to add a lookup filter. Lookup filters let you restrict the search results for a lookup field and control whether a value a user enters into that field is allowed. They're available for both lookup and master detail fields. In this example, I have a group object with a lookup field called group leader, which looks up to people. Right now, I can search for any person in my system. However, I might want to add a filter so that I only am able to see certain people, such as filtered by record type to only show people with the group leader record type. In order to set this filter up, you need to go into Setup and navigate to the Fields area on that object. So select Create, Objects, and I will select group because that's where my lookup field lives. Find your lookup field, in this case group leader, and select edit. And then come down to the lookup filter area to set up the filter. So click show filter settings. And now set up your criteria. What's really great is that Salesforce assists you in knowing what criteria are available. So you can use select fields from the record, in this case group. You can select fields from the lookup object, which in this case is people, or you can select fields from the user object, such as the user's profile or role, or whether the user owns the record. I am going to use group leader and select record type and say that record type equals group leader. You also have the option, instead of defining a value, to compare whether one field equals the value of another field. The second step is to decide whether this filter is required or optional. I am choosing to make it required, which means that the user can only ever, which for this example means the user can only ever select people with the group leader record type. If I made it optional, the user would have the option to remove the filter and to select people without the group record type. Because I've made it required, I can also customize the error message that displays if a person tried to select a person record without the group leader record type. And finally, I can add text to the lookup dialog box to let the user know that this filter is in place. I'm choosing to add a text message, but this is an optional step. Finally, make sure that you have the Enable this filter checkbox checked and click Save. The last step is to make sure that our filter is working. So I've returned to the group record, and let's see what we can search for. I'm going to first try to search for Sarah, who has the person record type. She doesn't come up as a result. If I now search for Tiffany, who does have the group leader record type, I'm able to find her and I can add her. And then it's a matter of clicking Save. Great, so our filter is working. In order to set it, here's some additional information. So user permissions required to set up a lookup filter are view setup and customize application. And here also is a list of other videos that you might find interesting to watch as well.